33 points. It would be nice to see Vermont get a team into the NXN championship meet next week. They're led by Alice Cradell, who was on our list of some of the top competitors. 2 years ago, Cradell was the #1 freshman in this race, finishing 11th in overall. She was 20th last year.
Yeah, down in the Southeast region last week, we had Delaware send a team back to NXN for the first time in a long stretch. Vermont has sent 3 teams over the years to nationals. Can they try to do it again here in 2023? We're about to find out as we'll get to the end of this long mashup of the best teams and individuals from across 8 states that have descended here on Bowdoin Park in Wappingers Falls, New York, to toe the line for Nike Cross Regionals Northeast.
I'll be interested to see how this race unfolds. I'd be interested to see how this race unfolds. And one of the first things I'm going to be looking for, Paul, is Ren Kusler. She was undefeated in her 3 races this year, has not run since September 16th. She was 2nd here last year and the #1 sophomore. If she's on her game, she could be a factor here. I know she wasn't on our leaderboard, but if she is back, it's going to help her and her team, Wexford Flats, immensely.
Runners are in place, awaiting final instructions. Waiting for that flag to go up center of picture, and we'll be ready to race one final time. Clock has reached 15 minutes after the hour. That is the aforementioned time for the start. The white flag is up at the finish. Red flag goes up here by the starter. For the final time in 2023, a Nike Cross Regionals Championship is underway. This time it's the girls of the Northeast racing at 5,000 meters.
And we should be looking for the Union Catholic team to be right at the front. They are so deep. They went 2nd, 4th, 8th, 15th, and 16th in the New Jersey Meet of Champions, won by 114 points. They are undefeated this season, and I expect the Union Catholic young ladies to be right in the thick of things in the front when this thing kind of sorts itself out.
Great shot of that large group of athletes here as they'll begin to funnel their way from that starting section, and we'll start to rattle off on the left side of your screen those individuals that make up all the teams, presented to you in alphabetical order. Live results also available for you navigating to the Nike Cross Regional Northeast website via runnerspace.com. We'll have for you at the 2.5K mark the current standings of both the individuals and the teams here. And again, if you're just joining us for this coverage of the Northeast Girls Race, portions along this course where the signal gets a little tough to get connected back to our transmission area, and we do apologize for that to you in advance. So we'll do our best to identify these athletes early on, but as the race has unfolded, it certainly has, as it has unfolded earlier in the day, it's been easy to pick out the leaders because they've been running basically all by themselves about halfway through.
And I see a couple of the Union Catholic athletes there in that front pack. A little hard to tell. Couldn't ask for really a nicer day to run a cross-country race. 36 degrees is certainly not too frigid whatsoever. And while the course has been a bit difficult in some spots due to the softening mud making it a little sloppy, nevertheless, we haven't seen any accidents so far.
There, look at the athletic course tracker, which shows you where they are out on the course. They'll go by this big playground structure here and up into their first climb of the day.
Well, this gets you into anaerobic state right away with this climb. Paul, I think I see Ren Kusler actually up there. So a young lady that hasn't run since mid-September, I believe, is up there in that lead pack.
But as we've seen before, Tom, that downhill is really where we see the race begin to break up, and it has once again broken up just a little bit. Good group in tow here behind the Gator, which we've just lost pictures of. But the lead group now down off that first hill climb and descent and back into flat racing. But here's where the portion of the course, the lower portions of the course, is where some of that degradation of the course itself has happened, and we'll have to see them maneuver through, and in some cases we'll see them go way wide to find room to run.
Yeah, you got to find your line, and this is actually a fairly wide portion of the course. When they get into the forestry areas, it narrows down considerably. It's nice to actually see a bunch of people at the front, Paul. We've seen a lot of runaways, but it's nice to see that we have a group up there. That's Kusler on the far left in the blue. Clearly seems to be fit after having not raced since mid-September, and if she should hold up, Wexford Flats may give Union Catholic a run for its money. Kusler,
And Tom, I think
second
sorry,
here last
I think
year.
in the white over black is bib 1054, and if that indeed is 1054, Ella Wolke, who's also figuring prominently in our pre-race favorites, fifth at the PIA Championship, the senior from Floortown, Pennsylvania, running unattached today. But we'll get, again, a official listing of all of our leaders here in this Girls Northeast Championship race when they reach 2.5 kilometers as they near 6 minutes of elapsed racing on the clock.
Paul, Kessler's sister, Robin, I think is there at the far right, number 1079. So both Kuslers in the top 5. Now, Robin, a little bit surprising that she's up there. She was 11th at the Pennsylvania State Championships. And remember, Eva Canaston, who we expect to finish in the top 3 or 4, she's not even up there with her 2 teammates, although that may be Canaston in that second group. And I think it is. So Paul, Wexford Flats right now have 3 of the top 5 runners in the race.
So we'll keep an eye on that team race and have unofficial scores for you in that team battle at the midway point of this Northeast Championship race at 5,000 meters. They crest a hill, and now let's see what happens with another descent coming here with Kusler in that bib 1080 in the blue and Wolke in the white, bib 1054.
This course is very suited to Kusler. Low center of gravity, very compact strides. So when she hits those downhills, similar to what we saw with Emily Bush, that's going to play to her advantage. The fact that she was second here last year and was the Pennsylvania 3A cross-country champion 2022, she is a 10:27:36 2-miler. Now watch what's happening here, Paul. We got Kusler running on the far left, and we have Wolke running on the far right. Interesting dynamic that you don't see too often. But trying to find that line, trying to find that area that's not completely chewed up and sloppy from all the races beforehand with the mud.
In the girls' New York Championship, Emily Bush came through 2.5K in 9:04.3, so about a minute away from seeing these Northeast girls reach that 2.5K split. But a good climb here underway as they'll get up to that midway point, high above that incredible vista of the Hudson River. Behind them now in the distance, and here to our stationary camera, a look at the leader, Kusler, and Wolke, and Paige Shepard.
And Paige Shepard, as we know, she is an absolute stud. She won the Brooks Mile for 7th and 8th graders last year in Seattle. 2:07.97, 4:49.79 credentials. And that was as an 8th grader, Paul. I mean, you talk about somebody that could be participating on U.S. national teams in the future, especially at 800. It's this young woman, Paige Shepard. Second in the New Jersey Meet of Champions this year. She won the AAU 13 to 14-year-old cross-country championships last year when she was in 8th grade by 21 seconds. So she's got it all. She's got the speed and she's got the stamina. And she's from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, which is famous for another sprinter hurdler by the name of Ronaldo Nehemiah.
Watching the rest of the field past this point, just before the halfway mark, Kusler did get through that first 2.5K in 9:03.6. So just a little bit faster than Emily Bush ran that New York Championship first half of the race. Wolke in second, a little less than a second behind, and then Paige Shepard about 4 seconds off the lead. See the rest of the field there, Canaston, Rosemary Shea, Bailey Espinoza, making it the top 7 here. And again, the top 5 individuals not connected to a team that advances will get automatic spots at Nike Cross Nationals by virtue of an individual invitation.
So this is just fantastic for Wexford Flats. Kusler is first. Her sister is fourth. Canaston is fifth. How about that for a 1-2-3? Now, Union Catholic, which came in as the nominal favorite, Paige Shepard's third. Courtney Kaiser is 10th. And then Courtney's freshman sister, Kaylee, is 19th. Wexford Flats fourth runner, Erin McGoey, 22nd. Kayla Devine of Union Catholic, 23rd. So those two teams running away with this thing. And it's very, very close between Wexford Flats and Union Catholic. 1 point, 2 points separating them now at the moment. And we knew this would happen, Paul, because Wexford Flats did not have Kusler, Ren Kusler at their state meet. So we knew this could possibly happen with her in the hunt.
Keep an eye on this spot on the course as the rest of the racers come down there, much to the excitement of the crowd assembled on the side. But it is very tough stretch of racing right here where you can see the course has really degraded here down to the final race of the day for the championship race. It's still a youth race that is scheduled to follow here just at the conclusion of this Northeast Regional. Back to the view at the front of the racing here with Wolke now ahead of Kusler and Paige Shepard right there in third. So for the first time, Tom, in these championship races today at Bowdoin Park, we've got a race here in the latter stages.
Hallelujah. Now, of these three, so who do you pick? You got Kusler, the leading returnee. She was second. But Shepard didn't run here last year because she was just an 8th grader. Now, she's having a little bit of problem navigating the downhills, Shepard. But if she can hang with these two, when they hit that straightaway, well, heck, neither of those two can run a 2:07.800. So I'd like to think if Shepard can handle the ups and downs when it hits the flat at the end of the race, my money's on her. That's a big if, but I think that she's certainly got the talent to do it.
Everyone trying to find a unique line to run here and avoid some of those areas on the course that have started to lose its firmness after all of these footprints have stepped onto the course over the course of the whole morning. We had open division racing earlier on, and then this the fourth of our championship races to conclude Nike Cross Regionals in 2023. Wolke now with maybe 2 strides on Kusler and Shepard as they come back and reemerge into the open part of the course. They still got to run along the Hudson a little bit, a couple of ins and outs of short forested stretches now, and then that one final climb. But you can see now there has been a gear shift by Wolke, the senior from Pennsylvania, now with a lead, and Shepard trying to cover that move, moves past Kusler into second.
Wolke was only 5th at the Pennsylvania State Championships, running the race of her life at this point, Paul. Absolutely running the race of her life. She looks good. She probably is familiar with Shepard's credentials because with Athletic Net and all the other sites, you know about everything about all your competitors. So she probably knows she needs to make a breakaway so that she doesn't get run down by Shepard's incredible speed. But Wolke, you have these days, Paul, where everything is hitting on all cylinders. She was only 2nd in her district meet, 5th in the state championships, and here she's laying waste to a terrific field.
You can hear the crowd urging Paige Shepard on, trying to get back within contact of Wolke here in the closing stages there. In the lower left of your screen, the athletic course tracker as they're right along the Hudson now. Still a little bit of racing to run here. Just as a reminder, in the girls' championship race, 18:09.5 was Emily Bush's winning time in New York. So maybe about 3 minutes of racing left here, Tom.
Yeah, it's going to be faster than Bush's race, that's for sure. And Kusler starting to fall back a little bit. And on the team side, Paul, still very tight between Union Catholic and Wexford Flats. And the adjusted scoring, of course, Wexford Flats 1, 3, and 4, hard to beat that. But then Union Catholic, their 3rd, 4th, and 5th runners, pretty solid, especially the 5th runner, 25-point margin over Wexford Flats. And that's why all 5 of your scoring runners are absolutely critical.
Look back on some of the other athletes. There's the other Kusler now coming through. 10:79 is Robin Kusler, but the lead and the race for the Nike Cross Regional Championship here in the Northeast about set to unfold. You can see the top 3 there, basically equidistant it would look like between 1st and 2nd and 2nd and 3rd. One climb to go.
Paige Shepard. Yeah, and Paige Shepard's got to really move now because Wolke really looks full of run. Shepard has this tremendous speed, but it's starting to get a little bit away from her. She's got to make a move relatively quickly. The winning time is going to be just under 18 minutes, I think, Paul. So we've got about 1.5 minutes left in this race. One final uphill, one final downhill, and here comes Shepard. She knows she's got to do it here. She's got to close the gap here so that she can outkick Wolke at the end.
So Paige Shepard, the New Jersey Meet of Champions runner-up this year, heads into that spot out on the course where we lose our contact with the gator. We'll get back to it just as soon as we can. There is the picture from the finish line, which will pick up the runners here as they're closing in. Less than a minute of racing left in this Nike Cross Regional Northeast Championship, and the question will be who emerges from the top of that hill with the lead. Will it be Wolke or Shepard? We go back to them live. It is closer, but Wolke still with the advantage.
But Shepard has the speed, Paul. This is great news for Paige Shepard. I think Paige Shepard knows, hey, look, nobody can outrun me. I'm a 207-800 person. And 449 miler. Wolke's got to do something fast because Shepard should run her down.
And Shepard makes the move off the hill, stride for a Northeast Regional Championship. Having not led this race at all in the final 15 seconds, takes the lead, and Paige Shepard of Union Catholic wins the Northeast Regional title.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that is one smart runner. She knew exactly when to make her move. She was very patient, never fully lost contact, and for Pete's sake, she's only a 9th grader. And here comes Ren Kusler coming all the way back from injury. She finished 2nd last year, 3rd this year. That's a great performance by her.
Yeah, we'll have to go through all the regionals to see if we won our bingo card, whether we had 8th graders, 9th graders, sophomores, juniors, and seniors all winning a regional across the board. It has been an amazing performance all around here, and thumbs up for Paige Shepard as she celebrates the win. Now the race for the team championship. Union Catholic obviously helped immensely by the performance by Shepard. That bodes well, Tom, for everybody down the list in that top 10, because anybody who makes it on the team side opens up a spot for an individual.
Couldn't agree with you more, and I'll tell you what, Paul, Paige Shepard is going to make U.S. national teams in the future. I know she's young, she's in the 9th grade, but she hasn't even grown into her body yet, and she is going to be an absolute factor on the national stage, to say the least. Now you see, Kusler ends up 3rd, Canaston ends up 5th, but Kaiser finishes 7th for Union Catholic, so I think Union Catholic is going to end up taking this thing.
Waiting for those first 5 runners to get across the line for their respective teams. Those team scores will populate at the top corner of our data side of the screen, but reminder that those are unofficial results. They will update in real time as they remove those individual athletes from the descending finish order list and then rescore the race in real time. But Shepard wins by a full 2nd over Wolke. Kusler in 3rd. Shea finishing well back of Shepard, but a strong performance for her. Those green arrows indicating a movement up the standings with respect to where they were in the standings at the halfway mark. So a lot of green there in that top 10, showing that these athletes were ready to pour it on at the most important part of the race, and that was the race to the finish line.
And Champlain Valley, which we said it would be nice to get another Vermont team into the championships. Well, heck, their top 2 runners just really went to town in the last part of the race. Audrey Nielsen picked off 12 runners. She finished 29th. Lydia Donahue picked off 12 runners, and she finished 25th, awaiting the results of the rest of their team. Be nice to get that at-large berth for the team from Vermont. And Union Catholic, indeed, a slight margin, maybe not so slight, over Wexford Flats, and Champlain Valley head-to-head with Bobcat. That'll be a good battle for 3rd. But if Rich Gonzalez or anybody else needs help, I would like to have Champlain Valley get a chance to run at NXN. If you're out there, Rich, give them a shot.
Those decisions to be made here in the next couple of days. Official team invitations and at-large invitations will be announced early next week. For the moment, Union Catholic and Wexford Flats are the automatic qualifiers here out of the Northeast region. The rest of the racers come home to finish on empty, as they do each and every year here at Nike Cross Nationals. You see the spreads of the teams in 3rd and 4th. Those are the 2 teams that are eligible for at-large invitations. Only the 3rd and 4th place teams from the respective regions are eligible. So we'll see if those scores hold in a very good battle between Champlain Valley and Bobcat. They're just a point separating the 2 here, with the results still to be made official. But finally, we get a competitive race here, Tom, in our regionals at Bowdoin Park, as we had 3 runaway races in the New York boys and girls and in the Northeast boys race, but not today. Paige Shepard with a sprint to the finish. She's with Justin Knight.
Everybody, we're back here with NXR Northeast champion Paige Shepard. Wow, what a wonderful race that you ran, very close to the line. How are you feeling, and what was the game plan heading in?
The game plan was really just to win as a team. Obviously winning, like myself, is important, but we really want to get back to NXN. Last year we made it, but we got 22nd and got last. And so a lot of the big talk is, we beat Saratoga, the first team that's beaten them in 4 years, and we got last. And that's like, I'm a freshman, like that hurts. This is my team. I want to defend my team. So coming here today, I really wanted to do my team proud so we could go back to NXN and show them what we're made of.
Yeah. And when you were coming across the line, it was very close, and obviously your team is like in the runnings to win. What was going through your mind? Did that give you extra strength to finish really well?
Something I would say that I'm known for, that my teammates have told me, that I've told myself, that my coaches told me, is that I've got legs. I've got like an impeccable kick. So I knew that if I just hung on there that I could get her, and I did.
And if anybody didn't know that, they saw it today. And the last question I'm going to ask you is, what are you looking forward to most at NXN coming up?
Really just proving what I've made of, and proving to the world, to the nation, that I've got this, and that Union Catholic is a team to be scared of and is a team to admire.
Well, there you go, NXR Northeast champion Paige Shepard. She'll be at NXN. I will be there too. I'll be cheering you on. All the best. Back to you, Paul.
Thanks very much, Justin. Great job in interviewing all those individual champions here. And Tom, as we watch some of these final athletes come to the line, your final reflections on not only what you witnessed here today, but all through the regionals these last 3 weekends.
Well, let me take the first question you had. Union Catholic wins by 27 points without one of the top runners in the country, Peyton Hollis. It looks like she may have DNF'd, Paul. If she is back to being the Peyton Hollis of old, they are going to be a very, very dangerous team. Secondly, Paige Shepard, what an articulate athlete. As good a runner as she is, she's an outstanding speaker and a great credit to the sport. And third, it's been such a pleasure to work with you, Paul, and the great runnerspace team in all of these different regions to pull off this massive undertaking and do it with such wonderful execution. I am so proud to be a part of this team and so proud to be your partner on the broadcast.
Well, Tom, and I'll welcome you into the studio here next week. A reminder that live coverage of Nike Cross Nationals will come your way next Saturday here on runnerspace.com, and we'll bring all that talented production all to one location, add a few extra bells and whistles, and bring to you what we hope will be another phenomenal championship run for a Nike Cross National, both individual and team title in 2023. Final runners getting to the line. We're also going to get our winning team, Union Catholic, in position and hopefully hear from them for our final interview of these regionals in 2023. Paige Shepard will join them as well as a member of that squad. Unofficially, Union Catholic with 54 points. Wexford Flats now at 82 points, and Champlain Valley has taken a bit more of a comfortable hold on third place ahead of Bobcat, which is currently in fourth. Getting these last runners across, and once again, my thanks to Tom Fuhrer for joining us throughout these championship race windows. Also, a great job by him and Keenan Gray calling some of those earlier races in the open windows at all the regionals. Record number of racers across the lines in all of these divisions throughout Nike Cross Regionals this year. Everyone comes across the line a winner, as for many of them it concludes their cross-country season for 2023, and attention now turns to the indoor track and field season. Of course, a lot of these athletes we'll see week in and week out on our live coverage from the New York City Armory, one of the best indoor facilities in the country, where we'll bring you live coverage on runnerspace.com throughout the year, including some of those big marquee events that happen through the course of the indoor season. Look forward to that coverage beginning in earnest here as we turn the page from November to December. Shepard's winning time of 18:12 was just 3 seconds shy of the mark that Emily Bush had from Connecticut, winning that girls' New York championship race. And again, a reminder on the boys' side, Nolan McGinn won the New York Boys Championship earlier today, a win by 22.5 seconds. And on the Northeast Division side, the margin was 17 seconds for Byron Grievous out of Phillips Exeter Harriers as he takes the win in the Northeast Division as well. Hearing now that our team is getting close to being in position for our final interview of the day, so stick with us if you can for a few moments, and then we'll conclude the coverage here from the Northeast Division and conclude our coverage of Nike Cross Regionals for 2023. Great crowds on hand all Saturday morning and afternoon. Shadows getting a little longer here at Bowdoin Park as nears 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. in the afternoon on the East Coast, charging towards noon on the West Coast. Hope you've had a great holiday weekend wherever you have been through the course of this holiday. Weather starting to become a little bit more of a factor in different parts of the country as well, seeing snowfall in some of the regions we would expect to see falling, and still some beautiful conditions as we see here in the New York region and the Northeast region as well. But we got our team in place. Union Catholic Cross Country Club, the girls Northeast champion. One final time, let's check in with Justin Knight.
And we're back here with Union Catholic, the Northeast Region NXR champions. Oh my goodness, what a race. You guys had the individual champion, you guys are team champions. What is the overall feeling right now for you guys?
I'm so excited for us as a team. I mean, we did this last year, but we came back stronger and better than ever, and I'm really excited to see what we can do at Nationals. And, we got 22nd at Nationals, which is last, but I think next year we're going to do, this year we're going to do a really good job, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for our team.
Really good answer. I'm going to come to this side now, and I'm going to ask the people over here. This was a tough course. From what I saw, the hills, very competitive. What was the game plan for you guys to come away with this win, and did you guys execute it?
So the game plan pretty much was just to go out and run as hard as we could for the first mile. Second mile, run it, the hill, and then get down that hill and just finish. Like, run as hard as you can, sprint that last K, hold position, and our goal was to win, and we came and we did it. So we're all really happy.
You guys came, saw, and conquered. Now I'm going to go down the line. I'm going to ask you guys each individually what you're looking forward to most at NXN.
I'm just looking forward to being there, but I know that this year we have a huge chance to do something incredible there. So I'm just looking forward to like having a great time, smiling, and running my best.
Very good.
I think I'm looking most forward to our team race. I feel like we're looking to do something really special, and watch out for Union Catholic is all I'm going to say.
I think I'm definitely looking forward to the team aspect of this, proving ourselves, but I think what I'm most looking forward to is putting myself up against the nation's best and just pushing myself and seeing how fast I can go.
I'm looking forward to spending time with my team and enjoying the whole experience and activities that Nike puts on for us. And I'm also looking forward to the race and competing with my teammates and friends.
I'm looking forward to hopefully doing really well. We want to, the podium, it's not too far out of reach. So I think this team, we're really strong and we can accomplish a lot. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Sharing another incredible experience. It's a timeless experience, and it's going to be really exciting to get up there and see what we can do. I'm excited.
Well, that's incredible. You guys look very strong today, and I hope that you guys have a great time at NXN.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again. Everybody looked very strong, and that wraps it up. Back to you, Paul.